Okay, right, so today then is the heart chakra, and the heart chakra is based around career and family, and the development age is 21 to 28, but also 68 to 72. Okay, so that is when a lot of people aged 21 to 28 think about what they want to do as a career. Some might have gone into a job earlier than that, but that's when a lot, I'm trying to think when they would go to university. It's normally about 18, isn't it? 18, 19, 21. So yeah, some might be leaving university in that sort of age range. So they think about what they want to do as a career. That's for those that do go to university, or they might have got a job and then be thinking what they really want to do for the rest of their lives. Maybe that's when people think about starting a family as well. Can vary, can't it, really? Some a lot of people have children later on in life, but that's when they might start to think about career and starting a family. And 68 to 72 is also the heart chakra as well. Okay, it responds to the colour green predominantly, but also pink. I wear a lot of pink when I feel I need to give myself some self-love, if you like. I've got a bit of green and pink today, a bit of yellow as well, so I'm feeding quite a few chakras today. You can see my top, and I've also got my rose quartz on, which I absolutely love. My rose quartz, and it's got a heart on. This was actually made by the lovely lady that runs Global Soul, and she makes these beautiful jewellery, which is all injected with energy as well. She energizes them before she sends them out. So a bit of a plug there for somebody who makes something that I love. Right, so yeah, as I say, it corresponds to the colour green, but also pink. So when we're doing chakra balancing with crystals, sorry, I'm putting all my crystals back in my bag, so I'm probably making a bit of noise. I tend to use green, green aventurine, okay, is one. I was going to show you one out of my, because this one's a bit dark that I've got. Bear with. I'll get one out of my box to show you. And that's the one box. Nothing like being organised, is it? It's a sign I've had a day out. I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go. Green aventurine tends to come up a bit lighter. So I'm not even 100% sure, because this is the one I was given in my crystal set, you see. But this is the one that I use in the crystal sets the chakra sets that I post out to people. Actually, if you want a crystal chakra set, just let me know and I'll post the link below, because I do sell them, for you to use on your chakras, and they come in a nice little bag as well. Okay, so all different colours I've got in those, but it's all the crystals that you need to clear your chakras. Okay, so that's the green aventurine, and then also the pink, which we use beautiful rose quartz, which I said is in my necklace. I also wear a lot of rose quartz in bracelets as well. I absolutely love rose quartz. It's one of my favourite crystals. When I wanted to attract my soulmate, my hubby, who I'm married to now, we've been married 10 years in August actually. I wore a rose quartz bracelet every single day. Rose quartz is fabulous to attract love into your life. If you haven't got that loved one in your life already, and even when you have, really, if you feel like you need a bit more love, if you're going through some trauma or healing from some past trauma, rose quartz, or even just need a bit of self-care, rose quartz is absolutely fabulous for that. So you would place these if you're placing them on the body, in the middle of the chest, but if you're putting them on someone else, you don't want to be sort of messing around that area if it's a woman. So I tend to put them just below the bra line, if you like, and then you're not sort of encroaching on the boob area. Okay, so you put them just underneath the bra line, or if you're doing them on yourself, just in the middle of your chest. Okay. And if you're putting them on the body and you're a bit worried about them falling off and slipping around, you can use micropore tape, surgical tape. And I got this from Amazon, and it's really good because it's just like a, you know, a sellotape thing where you can just use it and rip a bit off and then stick them wherever you want them to go. So that is fabulous because it won't harm anybody's clothes. You can also stick them on the body and it doesn't really hurt when you take it off, whereas, well, as long as you're gentle. Whereas if you use normal sellotape, it's going to hurt. You know, it's going to rip any hairs out or anything. So that's just a big little tip for you today as well, you know, if you're putting crystals on the body. Okay, right. It's associated with compassion and love. The energy location, this is where trauma hits us that has not been dealt with. When I do, you know, a lot of individual Reiki healing and past life healing as well, in particular, and also crystal healing, the heart chakra very often needs a lot of attention because it can be trauma from your past in this life and also past lives as well, which needs a lot of healing and clearing. It will need it from the heart chakra. So, you know, I do an awful lot of healing on the heart chakra. When unbalanced physically, it can mean that it gives heart disease, disease of the immune system, AIDS, ME, allergies, and also breast cancer. When unbalanced emotionally, you can experience indifference, jealousy, you can be miserly, you can have a bit of bitterness, particularly from things that have happened in your past. You can feel a bit bitter about them. Really thirsty, really dry today for some reason. You can be hanging on to deep emotional issues and past trauma, and as I said before, from past lives as well, that can come up. When balanced, you will exercise compassion, generosity, harmony, and you are loving and caring. Okay, so even if you are those things, you can have unbalances in your heart chakra, you know, as I say, from past trauma as well. Okay. Right. So I'm going to read the passage from Kyle's book again. Raise your vibration. Okay, the Sanskrit word for the heart chakra is the Anahata. And Carl says in his book the colour green, and that he says also sometimes pink, but also ruby when I do healing on the heart chakra. Not when I'm doing the chakra healing, but when I'm doing webs, we very often use ruby for the heart chakra. Okay, it's a Sanskrit word that means unstuck, and it brings us the beautiful idea that our heart can never really be broken. This chakra is linked to our ability to give and receive love. In order to live a spiritually awakened life, we have to find a balance between giving and receiving. A lot of us are really, really good at giving, but not so good at receiving. And yes, I hold my hand up. I sometimes still struggle as well. And in order to allow we need the balance of giving and receiving in order to allow the higher heart, the next part of the heart chakra, to awaken. So as well as the heart chakra, we've got the higher heart chakra as well. Okay. If the heart chakra were in nature, it would be the blissful wind that carries the pollen through the air and the insects that pollinate plants and encourage them to grow. The parts of the body related to this chakra are the heart, lungs, and upper respiratory system. It governs all issues of the heart, including experiencing love, relationships, and even breakups, and also loss as well, you know, through bereavement. Although we feel heartbreak when we lose someone we love or face the end of a relationship, the Anahata chakra helps us move beyond ideas of separation and limitation and realise that the soul, the spiritual heart, can never be tarnished or broken. This idea helps us to heal. The lessons that follow will help you move beyond the ideas of limitation and loss into a space that is fulfilled and whole. You are guided to work your heart chakra and open it in order to receive the blessings you deserve in your life. Okay, and the vibe, or the affirmation if you like. The universe knows that a lot of this raising your vibe stuff is to do with how you want to help the world, and probably those around you too. When you want to give, it shows that you have a wonderfully generous, kind and loving heart. It shows you want to make a difference. But let's talk about receiving for a change. When you receive, you allow yourself to be replenished with all that you have given and more. And you deserve to be replenished because you share so much with the world. It is never easy to strike a balance between giving and receiving, but your soul will tell you when you need to receive rather than give. If someone is asking you for a favour and you're really unable to oblige, but do so anyway because you feel guilty, or that if you don't do it you're letting someone down, I think a lot of us feel this, you should know that you're letting yourself down if you give in. Today's lesson is a gentle kick in the butt, or in the bum as I always say, kick in the bum, from the universe, because it wants you to be replenished. It wants you to have the tools to say no to others so that you can finally say yes to yourself. This is self-care 101. Today, you are encouraged to say yes to yourself. How can you do this? What can you do to feel replenished? Is there anything on your agenda that you can gently let go? Is there something you can do for yourself? If you are under pressure from others, here's a tool for saying no in a loving way so that you can look after yourself. You could say something like this: I am sorry you feel like that, or that you are overwhelmed, and I want nothing but the best for you. You deserve to be happy, but right now I can't help you with that. So I'm going to say no to you so that I can say yes to myself. Thank you for understanding. I love you. Obviously you could rephrase that, so that it's more the way you speak in a way. You can say this in a conversation, or if you don't want to say it to the person, you can just say it quietly to yourself. If it's someone you don't love, you can adjust it accordingly, but you get the idea. And the affirmation is: today I say yes to myself, I replenish all of my needs. Today I say yes to myself, I set myself free. Or the short version is: saying yes to yourself is an act of self-care and love. And sometimes it can be just making time for yourself to do the things that you want to do. A lot of the times, as moms, as friends, as sisters, brothers, daughters, sons, whatever, fathers, we very often give a lot of our time for other people and we don't make time for ourselves. So it can just be making some time for yourself, setting an hour for you to have a nice bath or read a nice book, just giving something back to yourself, really, some time back to yourself. This morning I was thinking about the fact that I don't have time to do all of the courses that I've signed up for, some that I've probably paid for ages ago. And I thought to myself, I'm going to have a training week. When I worked in the college, we used to have a week. When the students had finished, we weren't allowed to have 6 weeks, 7 weeks holiday, like the normal teachers do. The teachers in schools have. We were only allowed to have 4 weeks off, and we used to have a couple of weeks where we perhaps have an admin week or something when we caught up with admin. And then we'd have a week where we'd study ourselves and we'd learn something ourselves, because when you teach, you always have to be constantly learning as well. And even when you don't teach, you always want to be constantly learning, don't you? So I've decided this morning, and it came probably as an intuitive thought, to have a week to spend doing some training. So I've decided to do that in the summer. Haven't set the week yet, but that's something you can do for yourself, taking some time out for yourself, like I did yesterday. Took some time out for myself, and also to give my mother-in-law a bit of company because she's been on her own. because we lost my father-in-law last year, unfortunately. So, you know, just taking some time out for yourself is a way of giving yourself some self-love and some self-care. It really is worth doing. Hi, Beth. Sorry I didn't see your comments. I needed to scroll up a bit. Hope you're well today and that you caught all that. If you didn't, the replay will be up when I finish at the end. Okay, and I just want to remind you all as well that as part of my collaboration for the Reluctantly Psychic book, which is going to be published in July, all being well, I've got a draw going in the group, which I'm going to do the draw on the 22nd of June. So the deadline is the 21st. I'm not sure what day that is, so if you just bear with me, I'll have a look. The deadline is Sunday, okay, to take part in the draw. Tickets are £5, and to the person that is drawn on Monday, I will be doing a therapy session, so either crystal healing, Reiki healing, past life healing, all done via distance. You'll get an individual one-to-one therapy session, and if you're not sure, you know, if you're doing the draw and you're not sure which one is best for you, then I will intuitively guide you as to which one would be most beneficial for you, and or you can get a reading as well. So the tickets are £5. I'll post the link below, and all of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, are going towards the publishing of the book. There are 44 contributors altogether, myself being one of them. I've written you know, a brief description of my story and how I my spiritual awakening, if you like, which was in 2006, I think. Yes, it was 2000, or was it 2007? One or the other. I forget off the top of my head. So it's all about my spiritual awakening and how I became interested in spiritual stuff, really, because it was quite late in life for me. I was about 41, 42, something like that. Okay, so yeah, if you would like to purchase a ticket, your name will be put forward for the draw that I'm doing on Monday. Also, I wanted to briefly mention as well my chakra balancing. It's a revamped course. I used to just do a chakra balancing course, but I've revamped the course, and I've also added aura cleansing to it as well. And in the course, you'll get all of these videos, which will be available in the group for a short time, but you also get the video on all of the chakras, and also a video demonstration showing you how to balance your chakras with crystals, but via distance. So not actually putting them on the body, so that you can do them via distance for yourself and for other people as well, for your friends and family. And then just by providing photographic evidence of doing healing on yourself via distance, you can gain a accredited certificate in chakra balancing and aura cleansing as well. And as I said in the first couple of videos, I think it was the first couple of lives, if we don't balance the blocks in our aura, it will keep affecting our chakras. We get blocks in our aura from the present, which is on the right hand side of the body, and also from the past, which can also include past lives as well. And if these are not cleared, then they will keep affecting our chakras. So that's why I've decided to incorporate that in this short course as well. I say short course, but it is jam-packed of videos all about your chakras. As I say, a video demonstration of how to clear your chakras. There's the history of crystal healing in there now as well, and also you know, how to clear your crystals and what kind of crystals to choose for your healing as well, and a demonstration of how to clear any blocks in your aura, in the 5 lines of your aura. So that includes the 2 ether, your physical part of your aura, your etheric body we call it, and also your emotional body. So 5 lines of your aura altogether. Okay, it's an absolutely fabulous course. It's normally, putting the wrong price down here. It's normally £128, but it's half price until the 30th of June. So you get it for £64 or 2 monthly payments of £32. So it's super affordable. And once you've just provided small bit of evidence yourself, you get this certificate and you can start charging as well. You need to get insurance, which is, I use Bylands, which is about £83 a year. You can do it on your friends and family as well, you know, but once you get this certificate, you can get your insurance and you can start charging people for chakra balancing and aura cleansing. And I know some people charge, you know, as much as £50 for a chakra balancing, probably even more than that, some people. And I've not heard of many people that do chakra balancing and aura cleansing together, you know, so you could make an awful lot of money really offering this service for people. And it is absolutely fabulous. It's a fabulous healing by itself. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop the link below. You need to click on the link to apply the discount. So, you know, if you want to pay in full, you need to click on that link. If you want to pay in 2 monthly installments, then click on the other link, if you know what I mean. But you don't part with any money until you click on enrolling course, okay? So you'll be able to click on it and to read all of the information about the course. And if you click on the arrow at the bottom, it shows you what's included in the curriculum, okay? So that's it for me for today.